class, so we back to our main topic today. For this week, topic is about periodic function and so even and odd function, right? So I will continue example of even and odd function. So how to determine, how to determine or how to check whether this function is odd or even. Okay, let's say you have a function ft equal to t square. Okay, ft is equal to t square. So my question is, ft equal to t square is odd or even? So you have two approach. Okay, you have two ways to do it or to show it. First approach is by using equation, and second approach is by using graphical. So I will show you by using equation first. Okay, we will start with f negative t. Okay, if you still remember the previous video I show you that f negative t. Okay, means what's mean by f negative t? So you can see that from the equation given here, they have ft equal to t square. So what inside t here is will represent also here. Maksudnya, if here is a, so here also should be a. If here is 5, so here should be 5 power of 2. So means it will be relate lah. Okay, each of it must be relate to each other. So now if f negative t here, so that means here also should be negative t power 2. Okay, class? And we know that negative t power 2 is equal to t square. And t square, this is t square, is it? T square is equal to ft. Therefore, f negative t is equal to ft. So if you have this, or if you get this equation, f negative t equal to positive ft, therefore this is even function. Okay, therefore ft t square, okay, which is t square, is a even function. Okay, so this is by using equation. If you do it by using graphical, okay, this is similar what I've shown you just now in the previous video. I already shown you this one. So we know that t square, okay, how about how the graph of t square actually look like? It's a smiley, right? It's a smiley graph, right? Because it's a positive t square. If it's a negative t square, it will be like this. Okay, now it's a t square. So this is the graph of t square. So you can see that it's symmetrical on y-axis, is it? Okay, it's symmetrical on y-axis. This point will be attached to this point when you flip it. Okay, when you flip it, will be this point will be touched on this point. So it will be symmetrical on or about y-axis. Therefore, ft equal to t square is even function. So they have two ways or two approach to determine whether this function is odd or even. Okay. Alright, so this is the first example. Okay, let's say you have okay, b. I give you ft equal to t cube. Okay, let's say I have a t cube here. So by using equation, so you just do it a similar step. So we start first with f negative t here. Okay, so then it will be just replace here negative t power 3. And we know that negative 3 power 3, it will remain as negative 3 power 3. Okay, because it's a negative, right? Negative, and then times with an odd number, it will be odd. It will be negative. And t square, okay, t cube. Okay, this is t cube, is it? So t cube is equal to ft. Okay, I just replace t cube with ft now. And don't forget, you still have negative outside here. Okay, you have negative outside here. So that means f negative t is equal to negative ft. Okay, class? F negative t is equal to negative ft. Therefore, this is odd function. And if you want to show it by using graphical, okay, we know that t cube is this shape. Okay, cubic graph, this is a cubic graph. So y equal to t cube, and like I shown you just now in the previous video, this point will be attached to this point when you flip on origin. This is origin, okay? So when you flip it on origin, this one will be attached to this one. Therefore, this is symmetrical about origin, not x-axis, okay, it's origin, and therefore ft equal to tq is odd function. Okay, right? So now you know that t square is even, tq is odd. Okay, so I give you another two example. Okay, another two example before we end our session or our class here. So let's say you have ft is equal to sine t. Okay, so by using okay, for this what we call this equation, at the first lah, for the first time, actually we use graphical. Okay, because this is, they have nothing that we can use ataupun yeah, we cannot use equation for this question. You need to use a graphical because we already know the graph of graphical of sine, cos, tangent, is it? Okay, we already learned it in the school before this. I hope that you are still remember how the graph of sine, how the graph of cos, okay, how graph of tangent. Okay, so we know that graph for sine, because sine is just and sine and cos lah, it's just a maximum, there must be 1 and -1. Okay, 1 and -1. So the axis will be degree lah. Okay, 90 degree, 180, 360 and so on. But the axis for y is only maximum 1 and -1. Okay, alright. So it's sine. It is sine. So sine, it will be start from 0. So it will be something like this. Okay, class, it will be something like this. Okay, because the okay, sorry, another one. Okay, I go first for this one, cos t. Another one is cos. Okay, because actually this is how I remember. I'm not sure for you guys, but this is how I learned in school how to remember the shape of cos and sine. Okay, cos also is similar. It must be maximum 1 and -1. And cos, we know that, okay, if we the spelling for Malay is cos, right? K in front. So K, so means that it will be something like this. So it will be something like K here. Okay, K lah. Macam imagine something. I don't know you, but this is how I remember. So if cos, it will start with 1. Okay, it will start with 1 and then it will repeat lah. Okay. And how about sine? It will be start from 0. Okay. Okay, class. Okay, so now, okay, we back to the C equation, sine t. So sine t is odd or even? Okay, based on the graph. Okay, based on the graph, this is your origin, right? And you can see that this one and this one. Okay, you can see this line and this line. It's symmetrical on x-axis, is it? Okay, macam kalau you want to reconfirm it, okay, let's say they have a point here, they have a point here. So when you flip on origin, this point will be touched on this point. Is it? Right. So means that odd function is, sine t is odd function because it's symmetrical on origin. Okay, class. Okay, so now we go to the last one. The last graph here is cos t. So cos t, okay, you can see that this length and this length, or this point and this point, it will be touched on each other if you flip it on y-axis. And same goes to the others lah. Okay, same goes to others. If you flip on y-axis, this one, this point will be touched on this point. This point will be touched on this point. Okay, so means that it's symmetrical on y-axis. Therefore, cos t is an even function. Okay, cos t and even is a even function. So means that if you have a question or if you want to solve by using equation, it will be something like this lah. Okay. So this is for cos, means that your for cos t, if it's negative t, will be back, you will get back your cos t positive. And for odd, for sine, because it is odd, right? So sine negative t, it will be negative sine t. Okay, so these two you need to remember. You need to memorize these two because we will common. These two is common lah. Okay. Okay, we will see or we will apply this regularly in the next topics Fourier series. Okay, class. Alright. Okay, I think I will give you one more example. Okay, before we end our video now. So let's say you have an fx equal to ex plus e negative x. Okay, so for this one, I suggest you to use by using equation. If you are familiar enough with the or master enough with the graph of exponential, then you can proceed lah. But if you're not confident how the graph of exponentials look like, better you do it of what we call equation. Okay, because in the question usually it doesn't state lah which method or which approach they will ask, but I teach you both because you can choose whether which one that you will comfortable enough to solve it. Okay, so let's say for this equation I prefer to use equation. Okay, so we start with f negative x here. Okay, so what we do is you just replace all this with the what we call what is the inside of the bracket here. So here is x, right? So now it will be negative x, and then plus e, so negative here. Okay, they have a negative here. Okay, take out the negative, and now x now it will be replaced with negative x. So you simplify it, so it will be e negative x plus e positive x, and these two actually is equal back to your equation, is it? Just the sequence ataupun notation tu terbalik. Okay, it's reverse lah each other, but it's still the same meaning because it plus, so dia tak effect. Okay, so and this equation is equal to fx. Therefore, f negative x is equal to fx. So means that this is an even function. So means that this function is an even. Okay, class. Okay, I give you one more lah. Last one. Fx equal to x cos x. Okay, just now we already do it for cos x. Okay, we already show it that cos x is an even, right? So now it's times with x. Okay, so you just do it the same thing. So you just replace negative x here, and then cos negative x. And we already know that cos x is an even, okay? Even, and if it's even means that f negative t, it must be cos t. Maksudnya cos negative x here, you just replace with cos x. Okay, you need to replace with cos x, and this is still remain as negative x. So okay, x cos x actually is equal back to your equation, the original one, but you have a negative outside here, so it means it's a negative fx. Therefore, this is an odd function. Okay, cos x just now is an even, is it? But when it's times with x, it will become odd. Okay, so this is how the properties of odd and even function apply. Okay, class. So I think it's enough for this topic. Okay, so if you want to do another extra example or extra question, you may search in any platform. I mean in Google, in YouTube, you can find out by yourself, and yeah, you can solve it tutorial also. Okay, class. Alright, so yeah, we will see you next week. I will see you next week for the next topics for Fourier series solution. Okay, dah.